Hello. Yes, this is my last Murder Jones theory video. Not like in a bad way, it's just the series is ending and stuff. It's the last one for a lot of people, but if there's any new sneak peeks and stuff, and I mean, like this is why I'm re-recording this like 1,000 times because I cannot get it right. And I hate having scripts. This is going to be my last Murder Jones theory. It's really sad, and it's really sad that the series is ending altogether, but I feel like the fan projects that I'll mention in the end of this entire thing, will push... Oh my god. I just died. We'll be able to push Murder Jones further than it ever has, and I mean, with projects like Insecurity, Strays, and My Immortal, and other things that are by B, I believe is their name, and a bunch of other indie projects coming out and stuff, like the Gaslight District looks really spooky like Murder Drones, and yeah. As we're still mentioning this, if you guys are really upset that Murder Drones is ending, I would suggest that you watch Liam Vickers' other things, like Internation Cube, Cliffside, and his spooky stories that I will link in the description. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak today. There's also other indie animations like Ramshackle that are really good, and if you really like Glitch's work and stuff, watch Meta Runner and Sunset Paradise. They are all great, and definitely watch The Amazing Digital Circus, because maybe if you think it's overrated, it's still worth watching and still entertaining, and I know that there's a big fandom behind it. And it's not just content farms. I'm trying to convince myself that it's not just content farms. It's not just content farms. The first thing that I noticed about this trailer is that it says, if you cannot read this, you know, I can because it basically just says, have you seen these drones? Little editor's note, it says, have you seen these dogs? I didn't read it properly, and it's literally just pictures of dogs. So ignore everything. Apparently, I can't see. So right off the bat, I've also noticed that there are 2 voice lines that are not used at all. There are also a few little things that just aren't in, like, any episodes. So this thing right here with a worker in a basketball thing, so maybe that was, like, Doll doing that. I also noticed that Doll has a basketball hoop in her room, so this could just be in her room. We also get this shot of Doll's room in the Season 1 trailer, which might be, like, the flashback of Nori's, like, closet. It can, maybe they'll flashback to Doll's as well or something. Maybe we'll get, like, more bunker scenes. And then we also see this thing, and this was all found in the Murder Drones series, or Season 1 trailer. So this line right here where we hear a laugh, I feel like that's either Jay or Sin. I'm not sure which one. And N's V line right here was never used in episode 6 or something, so judging by the thumbnail of this, I think that V is going to officially die. Before I get into overanalyzing this entire teaser, I would like to say that we are going to get Sintessa everything. We're going to get a Thad keychain and maybe even a Lizzie figurine to match Doll because they were best friends. I also think that we might get an Uzi beanie because we got an N hat in previous merch drops, and I also think that maybe the little, you know, like the AJ Despirito Volume 3 thumbnail thing, I think that's going to be Sintessa because her model is absolutely beautiful. I don't care what you say, it's gorgeous, and I know they would love to show that off, or maybe it's something completely different because it's the series finale. I don't know. Those are my predictions. Let's get on to overanalyzing. First thing that we see is some tendrils coming up to the surface. I believe that this might be one of the first, you know, scenes, but I feel like the first scene is going to be Jay, Lizzie, Thad, and Khan fighting. If I had to assume. Then we see Sintessa winking at the camera while doing some sign with her hands. I'm not sure if this is like a sign language thing, or maybe it's just like a symbol for her power attack is about to happen. Then we see a frame of Uzi kind of looking devastated, and I saw a theory that I'll also link in the description that is literally like, I think it was her Episode 2 foreshadowed Khan's death, and because Khan kind of walked out on her when she was getting attacked by N in the pilot, maybe he tries to redeem himself by sacrificing himself for Uzi. And, you know, maybe this isn't a hologram, actually. This is her. And when Sin says, oh, it's real, let me chase you now, because I think these two frames kind of, like, look like they're in the same place. I feel like she's just going to be mortified by this, and she's kind of looking down maybe at the corpse of Khan and then looking up at Sin or something, in which she kind of licks her eye and then crawls. Something like that, because that's the teaser that we got. This also looks like it might take place in the bunker or a more secure part of the mine shaft. I'm not sure. Then what might say that we are in the bunker is this shot of Nori's closet, where we see Hala Spooky Snake Crab and a picture that looks a lot like Icon from Internetian Cube. Here's a reference picture of that to that. And then here's Jay looking distressed. It looks a lot like she's outside, so I would say she's pointing up at N, because being under Sin's administration means that she has to follow the company rules. And hey, Jay gets screen time. Yay! She just looks not very happy about whatever she's shooting. So that's what I would assume, it's Ed. I saw another person make a theory about this next frame, which says that maybe this could be Earth instead of Copper 9, seeing that there is a space pod right there or something. And the last frame in this trailer, with the space pod flying around, maybe these two shots are both kind of related, and that last shot isn't the last shot we see in the actual episode, but rather a flashback of Earth, because, that planet behind it looks pretty destroyed, and I think that Earth also had a ring around it. So does Copper 9, but, I don't know. It looks like Sin and Jay are admiring the view of the destroyed Earth, so that's nice. Then we see a scene of Uzi falling from space, so she's re-entering the atmosphere to Copper 9, which causes her to catch on fire, which something's gonna catch her, which is either going to be heroically N, or Sinessa is going to drag her down with one of her tentacle thingies, and then N's gonna have to, cut it off, and I cannot wait to see his reaction to her still being alive. Then we see this awesome shot of Uzi pointing her gun at something, and it looks like she's holding maybe like a crucifix, or oh, that's Nori's pickaxe! Oh my god! Also, I would like to point out that Khan's gun does not look anything like Uzi's, I believe he is holding his gun in this episode 7 frame, and that Lizzie is holding Uzi's, which somehow that they rebuilt, because I think it died in episode 2, right? Again, referencing to episode 2. She also still has her liver thing attached to it, so it's fully charged. I would love to see her miss a shot and have it have a 30-minute recharge, but then Khan comes in and it's just like, here's my AK-47 or something, in SMG4 style, destroys Sin or something, and that's why we get the Khan jump scare. Uzi looks pretty darn upset, but also kind of rebellious. You can kind of see that there's it looks like the corpse wall maybe is behind her, but we also see something flying behind her. This looks like a rotating shot around her also, so maybe we'll see if this is Nori's pickaxe, then maybe we get to see her throw that up in the air and then catch it or something cool like that. I don't know. Then we get this shot of Sinessa crawling through this thing, which we got a full shot of from Glitch's community tab and their Twitter. I'm not calling it X, and it looks genuinely horrifying. She is so stupid, but she looks so dumb, but she's just genuinely terrifying. I love it. This next frame I would assume is in the space pod, judging by the ventilation shafts kind of around her, and the fact that it looks like it's in space and it's being destroyed by the atmosphere, or maybe Sinessa kind of damaged it a little bit, but Jay is taking very precise aim at something, and she gets even more screen time. She's also yelling at something, which I'm not sure what this would be that she's yelling at. She also looks like she has something on her head. That's Nori! Stop! Oh my god, I'm audio editing! I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but it does. Also, what is on her screen? Because I know it's something. It says something. If somebody can tell me what that says, thank you. Yeah, this space pod does look like it's kind of burning or something, and it looks like a very fast-paced scene, so I would see why. I mean, it looks like she's yelling at something, and then the camera immediately shifts to another person before it cuts to a giant claw. I have nothing to say about this frame, except for that's pretty freaky. Then we also get another really spooky shot of Sinessa running in heels, because not only did she steal her skin and her plushies and her suitcase and her furniture, but also her clothes. That is really weird. I really hope I don't get, like, yelled at by YouTube for this. But anyway, she teleports away on being on some rail, which is presumably outside. And that's pretty freaky that she's teleporting everywhere. Then she dodges some crazy looking missile outside. I doubt that these two scenes from her hopping off and then also like dodging are related, because, you know, why would they do that? They always play with the frames and stuff. But she's dodging something that I would say was shot by Jay rebelling against her or something, which, character growth. I think that N might be shooting this missile because of a frame that comes up later, which I'll explain later. Yeah. Can we also just take and realize that her torso up is not aligned with her, like, her legs? Like, I just think that is extra freaky, or she's just really flexible or something. Is she just... Yeah, she's just really flexible. That's so stupid. I love her. And we see a frame of N looking absolutely traumatized at something, which he does not get a lot of shots in this, so I would say he's dead. He is so dead. And then we get a shot of Uzi getting pinned down by Sin, which is, but she looks traumatized. This looks like it takes place in this kind of scene, though she doesn't have, like, the thing on her cheek anymore. Maybe she's, like, running and then she, like, wipes it off as she's running or something like that. I don't know. I'm just guessing at the details here. Then we see a frame of N holding his blades out outside when he looks pretty confidently at something, possibly fighting, Tessin in this moment, because the ground kind of looks similar to this shot when she's dodging a missile or something. Maybe he's, like, dramatically fighting her or something. Maybe this takes place in the very first scene, because he's probably really angry that she dragged down Uzi into the knoll and now Uzi's presumed dead to him. But then maybe he sees, like, Uzi falling from space or something, and then that's why he kind of looks up. I don't know, I'm just taking guesses. I would think that it goes somewhere along the lines as Jay, Lizzie, Thad, and Khan are all fighting and stuff, and then Sin kind of jumps out of the knoll or whatever with her tendrils and stuff, and then N shortly follows after her, you know, still being traumatized or whatever, but obviously, like, I'm skipping over some details that are probably gonna happen in there. And then he's fighting her, like, dramatically, all that stuff. The scene cuts as he looks up and notices that something's falling, but then we get the shot of Uzi slowly falling from space, and then we get his point of view again, and then maybe Sin tries to attack Uzi or something, as, you know, because N's looking at it, like, Sin's gonna notice it as well. So, yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen if this scene is, you know, related to each other. But this definitely takes place outside because we see a cute little snowflake. Then we see this horrifying shot that I'd say takes place at the very end or middle of episode 8 of Sinessa reaching her arm out to grab Uzi or something, which that'd be terrifying because we know what happens when she kind of touches people. She gives them horrifying flashbacks from her past, and maybe we finally get to see if Nori died because of N or something, which I think maybe would be a cool thing to bring up in episode 8. Not cool, but, like, you know, like, interesting. Then we get our Khan jump scare, which of course might be, in my eyes, him with his AK-47 or something. He has something in his hand, which I have no idea is. It does kind of look like it's shifting through his hand. I'm not sure if that's some, like, animation error or something, but he does look like he has something in his hand. And this is also outside, and it kind of looks to be on the bus. He also looks really, really weird looking. He looks a lot younger for some reason. And then we see our final shot of either Earth or Copper 9. And I doubt that this is the last scene, but if it is, that'd be pretty cool. And yeah, I'm not sure, you know, like, because I feel like the space pod would be damaged, you know, if they were leaving Copper 9 because of this shot with Jay in it. So I would say that this is probably an Earth flashback of Sin or maybe it's N, V, and J, and we get that full entire flashback of them just, like, getting their memory wiped and then sent off to Copper 9 or something. Because, I mean, if N's the pilot, then he is really good at dodging all the rocks and stuff. That's crazy. I mean, he learned everything except for how to land. That's pretty good. But anyways, that's the end for my analysis of the series final trailer. It's really sad that this series is ending. I mean, I've only been in this fandom for 9 months because Digital Circus came out and all that stuff. Watched it one time, had no idea it was happening, watched it again, and became hyper fixated on it. Now I have an Uzi Plus and a JC Jensen pen. And if there's a Centessa plush, give it to me right now. I think that we might get Lizzie merch as well and Uzi's beanie, which I forgot to mention in this. But I think that this episode is going to have a very well-written ending, but also a very sad ending. I do think that N is going to die because he does not get a lot of frames in this, trailer and stuff. So I'm not sure. I'm sorry that this video was kind of long. I know there's a lot of theory videos that most of you guys have to get through, or maybe you're just watching this because, I don't know, why are you watching this? If there are any Murder Drones fan projects that I forgot about, then please, let me know in the description or something. Or, not in the description, in the comments. Dude, oh my god. I will probably record my reaction to this, and I'll probably be with a lot of my friends, because, surprisingly, 1, I have them, and 2, school's starting. This is being broadcasted. It's gonna premiere at 5 o'clock in my area on a Friday when school starts. So, but don't worry, I'll be home by then. But yeah, I think this episode is genuinely gonna be so good because of the shots that we got here, and it just looks perfected, especially as what Glitch said in their community post not too long ago. I feel like this is genuinely gonna be just a really good episode. And a great way to end the series, altogether. Let me know about other fan projects, of course, and don't be sad that it ended, but be happy that it happened. I forgot what that quote is from. Have a good day, or night, depending on where you live. Bye-bye. Hey, it's Editor Surmy. I have not even gotten started on editing. I just edited the audio. But I would love to see a spin-off of The Dog Planet as well, and I wonder if this shot that we got in the end dog thing, the ad stop for that, I wonder if that's gonna be in there. And I'll still be lurking around this fandom for quite a while. There's gonna be I'm thinking of making a fun facts about MD video, and also an entire lore analysis, and people's separate arcs as well. So, yeah, it's probably gonna be an hour long. It's probably gonna take a while, but I'll still be making content after this series finale. It's been a blast, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Hi, it's Editor Surmy here, and I haven't changed out of my pajamas, and it's, it's 3:20 in the afternoon. I'm taking a break after this.